Hello there. It's time for a timely and punctual monthly update. I don't really do these anymore. I don't know why. I guess I just stopped doing them. Usually just started playing new games by surprise instead of just announcing them ahead of time. I know, it's fun to surprise people at times. Sometimes I surprise myself. Sometimes I don't really know what's going to be played until I'm in the middle of doing it. That's how it goes plenty of times. But this is October we're getting into, and October is the special month. It's the month of horror, and it's also the anniversary month for the channel. So, of course, there are plans for what we're doing in October, and you can probably guess what one of those plans is already. For the past few years, of course, I've been playing some Silent Hill games, playing those games in chronological order. And last year, played Silent Hill 4: The Room. And you know what that means. You know what comes next. We've done the 4 games. Now it's time for the next 4. And as you know, the next 4 begins with Silent Hill Origins. Silent Hill Origins, this is the PSP version you're seeing here. I actually never had a PSP. I had a DS, but never a PSP, so I bought one for this. There you go. There's that crystal white PSP. For only the best for Silent Hill Origins? Come on now. It's Travis looking for his truck. He wants to find it so bad. Yeah, Silent Hill Origins, the first handheld Silent Hill game. Though it wasn't only on the handheld. It came out on PSP first and then came out on the PS2. Gonna be playing both, of course. It's not a long game, even by Silent Hill standards. It's pretty short. And there are some differences, not in terms of how the game goes, but in terms of how the game looks and feels. There are some differences between the two. So, be playing both versions, PSP and PS2, for Silent Hill Origins. You can see that the O in Origins is a 0 because it's Silent Hill 0, taking place before Silent Hill 1. It's a prequel, you see. You understand. So, we'll be starting that tomorrow, actually. Friday is not October yet. It's September the 30th, but as of Wednesday's stream, everything that I was doing is done. So, let's get into something new. And by new, I mean a game that came out many years ago for a system that died many years ago. That's what I mean by new. And we're going to be playing Silent Hill Origins twice. It'll be a fun time, starting tomorrow on the stream. But of course, that's not the only thing we're doing in October. Silent Hill Origins, like I said, is not a long game. So there are more horrors to have, and well, I don't have boxes for most of them because most of them are digital games. But you might remember that last year, after playing Silent Hill 4, I then played a horror game that I had been interested in for quite some time, that being Devotion by Red Candle. And I figure, after playing Silent Hill Origins, I might as well play Red Candle's first game, Detention. Like I said, I don't have a box for it, but we'll just perform some magic. There we go. Now there's a box on the table. It's actually there, for real. Going to be playing some Detention, but that's a short game too. Don't know what to expect from Detention, actually, but people seem to be praising it as just as much as they did Devotion. So, high hopes for how that turns out. Detention is a short game. What are we doing after that? Well, there is another game, which is perhaps even shorter, that came out this year that I've been looking at. I don't expect this is going to last more than one stream, but another one I want to play is called Iron Lung, and there it is on the table for real. That's actually there. That'll be after detention. So the month of horror. Plenty of horror to be had, but there is still more horror to be had. And why is that? It's because for the past couple of years, I've ended up playing old survival horror games of maybe questionable quality that also had a maritime theme. And I figure, hey, why not go for 3 years in a row? Why not make it an unofficial trilogy? After playing Carrier and Deep Fear the last 2 years, let's close out October this year with Cold Fear. What if Ubisoft saw Resident Evil 4 and said, I like that, how about on a boat? And that's... I mean, Cold Fear was released physically, but I don't have it released physically because I'll be doing the PC version, I expect. But that box is actually there. For real, it is actually that. It's there. Magic. Cold Fear, that's right. Let's go onto the open seas and do some survival horror. So, actually, I said that's going to close out October. It's not quite true, because I do believe that the DLC expansion for Resident Evil Village comes out just about right at the end of October. And in that expansion is the short new campaign where you play as Rose. And I absolutely want to play that, of course. So, after Cold Fear is done, at the very end of October, probably, if this all shakes out how it should, be finishing the month and starting November with some Resident Evil Village DLC. So there's some horror this month, some ups and downs, some hills and valleys, as we should have. Because you know what they say. They say that you can't appreciate the good without experiencing the bad. If you never have it bad, how do you know when you have it good? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you can't appreciate the good you have unless you expose yourself to the worst. Inflict it on you. It's for your own good. And, of course, something I have been doing to myself for these past few years is doing an all-nighter, where I play through a game from beginning to end. One sitting, one session, one night. Been a few different games that have, some of them worse than others, let's say. But I was thinking that last year, maybe I was a little too easy on myself. I played Escape from Bug Island, and I expected that to be punishing. It actually turned out to be almost pleasant, really. It wasn't as long as the other games I've done all-nighters for, and it went through fairly smoothly, especially compared to, Blue Stinger. Escape from Bug Island was kind of pleasant, and maybe that's not good enough. Maybe I need to maybe because I had it so good last year, I need to inflict the true pain on myself this year. That's the only way I will know that I actually have it good. And that's why I decided I needed to consult with some pretty well-known pain I have not experienced, that I have not played, but people know of it. I went out and bought myself a system that I have not actually owned before, that being the Nintendo 64, because, of course, you need a Nintendo 64 if you're going to play a Superman 64 in one night, which that's what we're doing. Super all-nighter, one session, one shot of Superman 64. I'm sure it will be very painful. And haven't played the game before. Well, aside from testing it to make sure that this worked with the setup. Of course, I said you need an N64 to play this. You could use an emulator, but would that really be the true Superman 64 experience? Don't I owe it to the last son of Krypton to buy the real hardware to honor the son of Jor-El in his most famous game? Because, it is, right? Is there a more well-known Superman game than Superman 64? I think not. So it's not only inflicting the pain on myself, but it is paying tribute to the original well, I guess he's not exactly the original superhero, but basically he is. And we'll be playing his most well-known game, and when is that going to be? Well, that's going to be Sunday, October the 9th at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's the day before a holiday, Columbus Day. I have the day off work on Monday, which is why I do these all-nighters on Sunday, because I don't have to worry about getting up the following day, because this is going to be a fun time on the sleep schedule. Man, this is less than 2 weeks away. It's hard to imagine that. But it's coming. But I have to do it. I have to experience the bad, so I can experience the good, so I can appreciate it and know that I have it good. So that's what we've got on the stream coming for October. We have Silent Hill Origins, PSP, then PS2. We have Detention. We have Iron Lung. We have Cold Fear. And at the very end is supposed to be Resident Evil Village DLC. On October the 9th, we have Superman 64 from beginning to end. There's no time to waste. And also some videos not on the stream, as something I've also been doing during October is donning the virtual reality helmet to enter the world of VR horror. So let me just get that in there. There we go. Get that in. Yep, okay. It all fits. It all fits. Get that in there. And yes, so you'll be seeing some VR videos coming up in October of maybe varying quality. So maybe some good, maybe some bad. That's what we're doing for October. You can expect the final of the Haunted demo disc to be posted fairly soon, because that has been done on the stream. And after that's been posted, then we're going to get some Silent Hill Origins going on the channel. And I expect I'll probably be able to post a VR video on October the 1st. And we'll see what the schedule for that is like, how many VR videos ended up getting posted over the month. So, I hope you enjoy the October festivities. And, come by to the stream if you want to see some Silent Hill Origins tomorrow night. And come by to the stream on October the 9th if you want to see an attempt at getting through Superman 64. Can the Man of Steel needs my help? Can I help him? I don't know. That's what we're going to find out on that day, on that night, on that morning. Hopefully not that noon. The Blue Stinger stream went up right until noon the next day. Let's hope that's not how it goes for Superman 64. I'll see you then.